guarantee, they tell me, guarantee if you already a Muslim and you go back to that house, mother sure kick you out one. This is a test that I really went through. Alhamdulillah, all praises be to Allah. Peace and salutation to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his family and his companions. Assalamualaikum. My name is Sarata and I'm working as a secretary at IPSI, Islamic Propagation Society International, and I am a Chinese revert. I grew up in a simple family of 4 siblings and my parents. All of us are Christian, Roman Catholic. I have 2 brothers and 1 sister. I'm the eldest in the family. As a Roman Catholic, I consider myself as a very good Christian because I always attend masses because I believe that to obtain God's approval, we have to do what He have asked us to do. So one of it is going to church. I was in banking line for almost 22 years, and as a Christian, usually every Saturday evening I'll be going to church and I'll be pushing all my brothers and sisters and my parents to go to church. So consider that I was the serious one that really looked into the matter of religion. Since young, when I go to church, usually, I will have a lot of unanswered questions. Even at a young age, when I go to church, I will sit down inside and I will notice that everybody seems to me like they go to church just to enjoy themselves, where they will have picnics in the church itself. I don't know how, but then for me, I think that coming to church is a serious matter, that because we go to church is to be closer to God and it's not a playing matter. For me, even at a young age. Another one is during confession time, where we need to go inside a room and there is 2 partitions. One will be the priest sitting down and the other part will be all of us that we want to confess our sin. So then I feel like very funny. You sit down there and telling all our sins. And he will say, okay, you already did all this wrong mistake, you just repent and God will forgive you. So one question is that how does he know that God will forgive all our sins? What about those who commit bigger sins, very serious sins? Does he have any right to tell them that their sins are forgiven? So these are all the questions that I have in my mind while growing up as a Christian. How did I come to know about Islam? Actually, when I grew up, I don't go to Chinese school. Actually, they call me a banana because you are Chinese, but then you speak English. When I grew up, I go to a Malay school. I don't go to a Chinese school. That's why I don't really know how to speak Mandarin. But for dialect, no problem because my father was Hokkien and my mom was Hakka. So both of them is like chicken and duck. They don't know how to speak each other's language. Okay. So they speak in English. All the children also just speaking. How did I get to know about Islam is at the age of 45 years old, I was working in the banking line. I already worked more than 20 years already in the banking line. In year 2013, I left the bank and I opened up an antique shop together with my brother. During that time, we received a lot of customers and one of them is a Malay man. So the first thing that he asked me is, do you think if I give you a book, 25 questions asked by a Christian about Islam, do you mind reading it? For me, I'm very open because I have a lot of Malay friends, Indian friends. I say, okay, if you give me the book, I will read it. After I read the book, I say, I think all religion is the same because God is very merciful. For me, during that time, I say, every religion also teach good. As long you are a good person, of course, you are entitled to go to heaven and not hell. And during that time, of course, we know that hell is a very terrible place and it's only for the very terrible person only. It's not fair if every human being created by God doing good and yet they still go to hell. So after a few times, he see me read already, then he will come and talk to me, story, this and that. The one story that made me think more, the first thing that caught my attention is when he talked about azab kubur, the punishment that we will receive even when we are in our grave. That's the first time that I hear about this. That caught my attention. I always ask him back again, why is it that we have to get punished? Then slowly he tell us what actually happens after we pass away. When they bury us in the ground, the angels of death will come. They will start to ask you questions. Who's your God? What is your book? The only thing I keep questioning, if that's what gonna really happen to us and we can't really answer the angels, what will happen to us? There's one question that he asked me. What is your aim after death? My aim after death is to go to heaven. Definitely, I don't want to go to hell. The thing that struck me is he say, if you are not a Muslim, you will definitely never be in heaven. No chance, no way. You definitely will go to hell. So I say, come on, how can this be? Another thing that he told me, you tak rugi. Let's say you become a Muslim, after death, there's no such thing as God, the azab kubur, you tak rugi. But if really there is after death, and all this is happening in your kubur, that's the thing that started me to think. He like giving me the option, take it or leave it. So what should I do? So from that time onward, I started to read. In fact, actually, when I was started learning about all this, my sister actually is already a Muslim because my brother-in-law is a Malay. I have a lot of Malay friends, a lot of Malay neighbors also. My parents also have very good friends that are Malays, and I see the culture of Malay, and they live a very happy life. 1st April 2014, one of the imam that I know also, because he always talk to me, tell us why that we have to pray 5 times a day, why we fast in Ramadan. After 1st April 2014, saya baru balik dari KL. So you say, Adeline, are you ready to take your shahada? Automatically, I just say, yes, okay, boleh. So teruslah, I took my shahada in Masjid Abdul Rahman in Sungai Petani. Alhamdulillah, I feel very content, I feel very happy after taking the Shahada. I was very happy also because there were so many people around me that helped me a lot how to perform my prayer. From there on, I started going for classes, and during prayer time, I will go to the mosque. Alhamdulillah, I was very bersyukur lah. The only thing that I have problem, I only have problem when I go back home. I fear that I didn't tell my mom that I already took my Shahada and become a Muslim because of what has happened to my sister. My sister reverted to Islam and then she married my brother-in-law. From there on, my parents didn't care about her, didn't want to talk to her, and then each time come for Chinese New Year or Christmas, this festive season should be happy, but then they didn't want my sister and my brother-in-law to come back at all. So that shows that my mom was still against her becoming a Muslim. For me, when I became a Muslim, I actually hid it from my mother for almost a year until the mother instinct that actually gave me away. I had to confess. During when I was a Christian and I was working in a banking line, I was very fashionable. And then when I go out, I will be wearing t-shirts and shorts only. When I become a Muslim, I started to feel shy because when I go to the mosque, then I see everybody cover up. They taught me that that's the proper way. That's what God wants us to cover ourselves, to protect our dignity. During that time only, I felt myself like malu. Each time I see other Chinese that was wearing short, so short. Satu je I boleh rasa macam malu sikit. I dulu pun macam ni juga. But then I started to change my wardrobe. Tudung saya tak pakai lagi because saya tak boleh tunjuk depan mak saya lagi. So each time when I keluar saja, when I'm inside the car, then I go further down a little bit away from the house, then only I start to put on my tudung. Then only I feel safe. Then I go to class, I meet a lot of friends that are the same as me because I got a lot of Chinese revert in Sungai Petani. So we go to class together, learn everything together. Bila balik tu, I have to take out. Then only bila masuk tu. And then bila time makan tu, I jadi extra careful juga. Because sudah diajar, tak boleh makan PORK. So must be extra careful on that one lah. After a year, I've been going out, and then during prayer time, usually come azan time, I'll disappear myself. And then during puasa month, usually I will disappear one whole day until night time because I will finish the tarawih everything inside the mosque until pukul 10, pukul 11 baru saya balik. So during that time, my mum a little bit, got mother instinct. He say, this daughter of mine, because I and my mother is actually very close. But why suddenly I started to go far away from her? Cara I pakai, cara I cakap, most of the time is not at home. Puasa man kan Ramadan, kenapa cakap tak makan pula? When I cook anything, I will just say, sometimes I will say, oh diet, don't want to eat. So that means all this is suspect, accumulate already. And then she actually asked my brothers to investigate, and then they asked me to go into a room, and both of them push and ask me whether I already become a Muslim or not. But I still deny. They tell me, think carefully, many times before you masuk Islam. Think about how your mother feel. She is the one who gave birth to you. She is the one who raised you up to be what you are now. And suddenly you tinggalkan dia. It's as if when I masuk Islam, macam saya dah tak mau dia dah. Because during that time also my father already passed away few years before I reverted, and so left my mom alone. So how would she feel? So my brother say, father already passed away. So the closest one, I'm the closest to her. So what will happen if you become a Muslim? You macam, you don't care how she feel. You macam abaikan your mother. You want to sampai like that? Or you want until your mother want to kick you out? Guarantee, they tell me, guarantee if you already a Muslim and you go back to that house, mother sure kick you out one. See what happened to your sister. You want that to happen to you? That's why during that time I still have that fear. I dare not tell because I don't want to make my mother sad. I memang sayangkan mak saya. I don't want to hurt her. After a year plus, last kali saya memang tak boleh tahan because I want to practice my religion tapi tak bebas. Setiap kali saya nak practice, saya nak solat, saya kena hide myself, cari jalan. Today macam mana nak bagi excuse kepada dia. So I say I tak boleh tahan dah. At last, I take the decision. My mom also sudah paksa say, are you sure you tak masuk Islam? So, I just lepas sajalah. Say, yes, I sudah masuk Islam. I feel like a relief. From that time onward, there's the real test. God is testing us. Then from that time onward, dia macam keep away from me. Every day, bila time makan, my mother will still cook. But saya akan makan kat tempat meja, dia akan masuk bilik. Habis makan, masuk bilik saya, then only she will come out. You can imagine how our feeling to know that our mother, which we are so close to, rasa macam mother and daughter punya relationship tu sudah terputus. Like we don't have the connection anymore. So, can you imagine how you feel as a daughter that you want to, all the time also you want to eat together, right? Last time, together, talk happily together, do anything together, go shopping together, as mother and daughter, because my mom is the closest. And at last, this is what happened. This is a test that I really went through, okay? That each time I want to eat, my mom will go inside the room, and when I finish my food, I go inside my room, then my mother will come out because we can hear. And then when we go shopping, mana ada mother and daughter go shopping, go inside in the same car, go to the same supermarket, but jalan terpisah. Because that time, since I already told that I already a Muslim, so I started wearing tudung in front of her. Another thing, dia memang haram. She gets so angry. She said, why you look like a Malay? You are not a Malay, you are Chinese. Why must you wear like a Malay? You go your way, I go my way. So macam mana perasaan saya? Tapi I tell myself, I must be patient. I know that this is the way God is testing me. I must show that Islam is the right religion. That means I have to show her that I'm serious. I feel that this is the right path that I'm taking. For quite some time lah, dia tak boleh terima. Syukur Alhamdulillah, now my mother has accepted me as a Muslim, and from there on my life has been going smoothly. Ever since that I've met Tuan Haji Kamarudin. He's the president and founder of IPSI, where I'm also working at IPSI as the secretary and the finance, and I'm also doing dakwah executive counselling, and I feel very thankful that I get to meet Brother Kamarudin. He has taught me so much regarding the religion and how to handle matters with our life as a Muslim, as a new revert, and at the same time working for him is like a blessed job, because this is the most wonderful work that as a Muslim to increase our good deeds in this platform of work. At the same time also, we are actually helping others, the new reverts, to learn and have a better understanding of what is Islam about. At the same time, we are counseling and helping people. There's a very rewarding type of work that we can do towards ending of our life. So I would like to thank especially Brother Kamarudin for always guiding me and giving me motivation and helping to let me improve myself more and more. And I would like to thank all staff also at IPSI for always being cooperative, as a close-knit ties between all the staff as brothers and sisters, and all of my friends that have helped me to be a better Muslim. And I would like to thank to the person, the beginning, and the Imam that gave me the Shahada. I'm very, very thankful to them that they help to push me to the correct path. Assalamualaikum and good night.
Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe to IPSI channel to support our dawah efforts. Jazakallah khair.